Welcome to Watch What Crappens. To get our videos as soon as they're released instead of waiting for a week, head over to our Patreon. That's also where you'll find our bonus episodes and our Discord community. We love you guys. Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens. I'm Ronnie. That's Ben over there. Hello, Ben.
Hi, Ronnie. How's it going?
Good. How you doing today in this gloomy, rainy Los Angeles day?
Oh, I'm so cozy. I've got my sweatshirt on, as you can see, with Crappens on Demand. And I've also got my sweatpants on. And I'm just like ready to crawl under a blanket and do something even cozy. I don't know what I'm going to do. I thought I'll play like Spelling Bee on my New York Times app. I don't know. But I'm just cozy. What about you?
Yeah, I'm cozying it up. I'm wearing my Beyonce hoodie, my Cowboy Carter hoodie. I feel very Beyonce'd up. I love wearing a hoodie to work. And it's a very exciting day because, this is a very rough hoodie. It's like a very stiff material, so I'm echoing actually in my own ears. I'll take that off. Welcome. I've never echoed in a hoodie before. That's so weird.
I didn't know that was possible.
I didn't either. Well, everybody, welcome to the show. It's Below Deck Mediterranean Day. Gather around for some hugs and some naps, okay, on this cozy day. You can find this video on Crappens on Demand, which is on Patreon. That's also where you get bonus episodes. This week, we are doing a preview of the Southern Charm trailer, a trailer trash, as we call them. So join us over there for that. Thanks for everybody who came to Amazon Live last night. That was super fun shopping with you guys. We do that Mondays at 4 p.m. every other Monday. And when we're not doing that, we are doing Crappy Hour live, which is a Bravo news thingy that we do every other Monday at 5:30 p.m. on YouTube and Patreon for free. So join us for that. You can find links to everything on our social, link in bio at Instagram. Okay, or on Instagram, I guess I should say. And that's it for that. Let's get to the recap.
Well, before we do the recap, I just want to give a shout out to one of our great friends here in our Bravo world. Also, we just love her in general, Amy Phillips.
Amy Phillips.
Amy, excuse me, I'm getting choked up.
Oh my God,
geez. Amy Phillips. Oh my God.
I owe everything to Amy Phillips.
But anyway,
Amy
if you're
Phillips
like
of Drama Darlings podcast.
We love Amy. She subbed in for both of us over the summer at various times. And she's wonderful. And if you're going to BravoCon, we just want to flag this for you that at nighttime, I don't know what the schedule is, but I don't think there's things scheduled at night. So if you're looking for something cool to do, Amy Phillips is doing this thing called Cabaret-Me. And it's going to be at the Hard Rock Cafe. She does her comedy cabaret. And she does like a million impersonations. So she's going to be doing it. So if you ever wanted to see Tamara and Gretchen singing Wicked, which I think we all want to see, it's Tamara and Gretchen. Amy is going to knock it out of the park. So definitely go check out Amy's Cabaret-Me. That's going to be happening during BravoCon weekend. And she's also let us know that it's going to be at the Hard Rock on the Strip. And your ticket, if you get it. Yeah, isn't that amazing? Like Hard Rock. And your ticket gets you 20% off of food for the day of the show. And if you want to get tickets, go to TicketWeb and search Cabaret-Me. That's CABARAMY. Or you can just check out Amy's Instagram at Meet Amy Phillips. And her link will be in the bio. So go support our girl Amy.
Yeah, she's great. I saw it last time I was at BravoCon.
Yeah.
It was great. Yeah, she does a great show, and she's a great person. She's a great.
She really is.
Ventriloquist.
She's like legitimately a great person.
She's not a ventriloquist, but she is a great magician. It's a great magic show. So you guys, and she strips. She takes off all her clothes.
What she can do with a tassel, you don't even realize. She can make her tassel sound like Rachel Zoe.
Wait until the ping pong section, the ping pong ball section. It is absolutely incredibly me. Okay. We'll be there. Love you, Amy. Okay, everybody, let's check out Below Deck Mediterranean Season 10, Episode 3, Excess Baggage. We have been in a fight with Christian, who's a dummy, who tries to make us think that he's getting phone numbers wherever he goes, and Max, who's also a dummy. He's a French dummy, and which really makes no difference except his voice is super fun when he yells at people. And Christian's mad that he's getting bossed around all the time. And Max is mad because he's trying to be, I don't know, who did he say he was? What dictator was he trying to be with the guillotine?
He's trying to be Robespierre. He's trying to live
wasn't
up
he-
to the legacy of Robespierre.
Yeah, Mussolini. I don't know where that came from. But he is, I don't know history very well. Can you tell? I'm a reality person. And so they're yelling at each other. And Christian is like, don't do that. You don't fucking know me. Okay, so don't push my buttons. And Max is like, push the button then. Push the button. Push the button.
Okay, Fantasia. So Max is like, he's like, you don't know. He's like, this guy, I asked him to just put this and I see him the other way doing like the chamois. Oh my God. And Tessa's just sitting there watching quietly, judging, putting everything in her vault to complain about later. Not actually doing any cleaning, of course, because it's Tessa, but she's just watching.
Yeah. I like that Tessa's so judgmental, but also doesn't work at all.
Yeah.
That's my favorite kind of judgmental. I love a judgmental that comes from a place of not having any leg to stand on, in the argument. And so that's what she does. And it's really fun to watch. And so I don't even know what they're really fighting about. Like Max wants him to dry certain things. And he's like, but I did dry that. And he's like, no, you didn't dry it. And it's just a stupid fight. Max wants to be in charge. Christian doesn't want to be bossed around. But they're both dumb. So Max is like, oh, since 2 days, every time we ask you something, there's a reason you don't do this thing. And he's like, but literally, I did the whole thing, bro. Okay? The chamois gave me his phone number. Max is like, oh, I asked you to put on cover. There's no cover. So Nathan's like, okay, stop, lad. Stop. Jesus fucking Christ. Let's keep it professional. Finish the job. When you're off the boat, you have a conversation. But for now, get changed. We'll get ready to go out. Let's concentrate on not fixing my hair. Please.
It's definitely a clash of egos. But they're not actually alpha males. They aren't lions. They're behaving like fucking cats. Like, oh, this. I like cats. Stop that. Don't sully cats with these two idiots. They're acting like two stupid platypuses fighting over a piece of grass. Yeah.
They're acting like boys. So Nathan's like, what was that test? And she's like, honestly, I don't need no. Just can't. Could you pick up a chamois? No. Still no. No.
So everyone is cleaning because it's they're fixing up the boat, because tonight they're going to go out. So now they're getting excited. And Kizzy says she's going to get so drunk tonight. Like she really can't wait. And then Sandy is in the bridge and she's listening to a voicemail from Leah that's like, hi, baby. I'm on my way to work. I miss you. You're like so cute, like in like a sexy wife. Like I'm so in love. What kind of way? And like, I don't know, like call me when you can. I love you, me.
Yeah, you're like really sexy, but like you're cute. But I don't mean it like in a bad way, baby. I mean like you're like cute in a really sexy way, baby. Come on, baby.
Oh my God. How new are you two? Do you talk like that all the time? And Captain Sandy's just sitting there with a huge grin on her face. Like, wow, the luckiest girl alive. So
I asked Norma if she ever gets voicemails like that, and she says sometimes she gets something left by a representative from sadness.com. So I don't know. People just get different kind of messages, I guess.
Sadness.com. Poor Norma.
Baby.
My head's exploding over here. So V is asking Aisha for feedback on her cabins. And Aisha's like, "Whoa, you did it!" And then Kizzy is hanging with Josh. I don't know. Just people are doing things. We're just taking a nap before tonight. What are we gonna do? So V still doesn't really seem to know what she's doing. She has to learn about things like hand towels. And Aisha has to like explain what hand towels are and why they're important, because sometimes your hands get wet and you need a hand towel.
Oh, I feel so determined to get V up to speed because a stronger team means more cold, hard cash. And right now, Scott and I, we've got a wedding coming up and we're doing repairs on the house. And I've got a mortgage and I need to paint the house. Paint's expensive.
I like that she gives herself like a 3-minute
How about
laugh
Sherman
break.
too much more?
So
What'd you say? Sorry.
So Sandy's walking through the boat like, wow, good, great. Looks like a hug. This is like the clean version of a hug. Great. Everybody did great. So we're about to go out. Max is going to go for Kizzy tonight. Everyone's all for Kizzy because she's like, oh, she's so horny. I just love. And
Kizzy, is it me? Does Kizzy look different in every single shot that they show of her? I cannot get a grasp on what her face actually looks like. Like one moment, she sort of looks like kind of a British, like, what was the name of the woman for Jerry Hall from Star Trek or whatever? Like sometimes she looks like that. Sometimes she's like a little kind of like a mom version of like Charlize Theron. And then sometimes she's like this. She just has different looks. And I cannot
think she looks like
figure them
Rose
out.
McGowan sometimes from Charmed, went back in the Charmed days. And I think sometimes she looks like Christina Ricci back in the Addams Family days. But I don't know. I can't really figure it out.
Yeah,
I
I'm
do
just
know
like
this.
trying to
She's probably a
gauge it.
sociopath, which I like. She's like a sociopath with an extreme need for attention, which I think works really well on this show in general.
Yeah,
it was good
it's-
casting.
Yeah, it usually winds up like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so she's texting Tommy, who I guess is her boyfriend, and it's really super romantic. She texts him, I can't poop. And he says, sorry, I'm driving. I don't know what that means.
He
Like,
can't
would
poop
he
either.
normally be able to help you if he wasn't driving? Would he be able to talk you through it? Like, squeeze, but not so hard that, you get a little bump. I
Yeah.
don't know. What would you do? Close your
Aisha-
eyes, breathe deeply, think of coffee coursing through your system.
Yeah. Think of all the good things. Think of the fiber. So Aisha is she's somehow found some like fake balls and she's like dipping them into Kizzy's mouth. So that's fun. They're like teabagging. And now they're all getting ready to go out to have their first night out as a team. So they're getting into their vans and they're excited. And V spills a beer on herself and they're laughing. And the
Kizzy
guys
sticks
are
her
horny.
finger up Nathan's ass, and he's like, well, that's the first time I've ever had a finger up my ass. I do not believe you. I don't believe you. So then Nathan is saying to Max, first charter, and I think you and Christian are going to rip each other's throats out, eh, brah? And Max is like, yeah, every time we ask him something, he always finds something to say, you know. And then in the other van, V is with Christian and Josh. And they're, having more fun while Max is just making everything about
Just go-
gossiping.
Yeah, exactly. And Aisha and Nathan are like sort of like they're talking because basically his team is totally inept and he's like they're just trying to figure out what to do with everything with his deck team and everything. And Aisha saying there's no time to train anyone. You just have to like dive in and go. And because it's below deck, so they are thrown into the fire as soon as possible. They get like no lead time to get ready for guests, etc.
Yeah.
So
they're
they
giving
arrive
people
now
who they're purposely giving people who don't know what they're doing to make a good show. But I worry for the boat. They're getting out of hand at this point. I like when they had one or two people who don't know what they're doing, and then everybody can bully that person. But having this many people not know what they're doing is a little scary. So Tessa, meanwhile, is like, it's real hard though. Like, I don't think I've ever worked this hard in my life since the boys were born. And now everybody's in downtown Barcelona. Party. It's our first party night with this crew, right? It's the first night we see them all out doing their thing.
And Nathan is he's like talking about how like the women are good looking. He's like the good looking crew, and he's like, oh, because of what I went through with Gail last season, And then we see flashbacks of them being annoying. He's like, I just want something casual. Casual is exactly what I like. Something deeply, deeply casual where you wouldn't have to say something like 9 months later, there's a baby. Something easy, nothing that will be like a lifetime commitment. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's like, on the boat, I'm a bosun, but when I'm in the club, I'm a playboy. Mm-hmm. So they get to the restaurant, and everyone's really liking Kizzy, and Aisha is, I don't know, it's one of those, it's like
That's a
their
funny
first
thing to
night out
say.
together. It's super awkward. Nothing's really
Kizzy's
going
getting
on
great
yet.
Yelp
They're kind of
reviews.
trying to pretend that they're They're all in below deck mode where they're just walking around going, whoa, whoa, but nothing's really happening and no one has a relationship yet.
Yeah, Max is still talking about hypnosis. Max is definitely like the kid that went to sleepaway camp and learned a lot of like cool things at sleepaway camp from his friends, and then has like come back to his regular friends and is trying to be like, oh, and here's something really cool that we did. I'm going to teach you how we did it. And like, no one cares. It's like, leave the hypnosis for hypnosis camp, because no one cares about your hypnosis here in below deck world. He's like, I want to do a hypnosis clinic. Yeah. He's like, I did learn for 5 months a therapy hypnosis, you know, and one moment I swear it fucking came to me, poof, you will do hypnosis now. I'm like, well, I have bad news for you. I know that you said that you had this epiphany that you're suddenly going to become like a hypnotherapist, but you unfortunately may have been hypnotized because you're currently a deckhand on a boat. So I think you're a little bit farther field from your therapy practice.
Yeah, get hypnotized harder, bro.
Yeah.
So Kizzy is asking Nathan about his exes, and he's like, well, the most recent was last season. We're like best friends, you know, and just I kind of fucked it up. And she's like, R.I.P. I haven't pooped today. And Josh is asking where Max is going next. He's talking about the hypnosis. And then everyone just wants him to shut up. Christian's just looking at him like, you fucking kidding me with your fucking hypnosis? Shut up. Mm-hmm. Who wants to calm themselves and close their eyes around Max? Literally nobody. Okay.
So now Kizzy's doing that thing. This is something we see on Below Deck a lot, which is like the Thirsties too, who wants to get with all the guys, which, by the way, I support it. Go slut it up. Those guys are good looking. Go get your fun, etc. But she does it, and like her flirting is just so clunky and so obvious. It's like, so she's like, she turns to Tessa and is like, do you want to do a vajazzle with me? Of course, the guys can hear it. And she's like, oh my God, she's going to talk about like jewels on her vagina and everything. Like, you know, oh, what? Oh, you were listening in on that. It's like, okay, clunky flirt incoming.
Yeah, she's kind of doing the flirting thing that people who are kind of not hot commodities do, you know? Like we see it a lot with people who can't get dates who are like, hey, everybody, feeling horny all the time. It's me. And you're like, oh, God, it's like always awkward. But it's an actual hot person acting like that. It's like you don't have to put yourself out there that hard. You're already hot. Like, what more do you need? You don't need the vajazzling prop. You know what I mean? You're gifted. You're facially gifted. You're gorgeously gifted. So, like, you don't need to rely this hard on props. That's what I say.
Yeah, and I feel like we've seen some of these people on like Below Deck Sailing. Like there was, remember that one crazy girl? Is that Ashley? Was her name Ashley? I don't remember. But she was the one who like binged on spaghetti when she couldn't get with Gary. She was of this mold. And then the last season of Below Deck Sailing, there was a girl, Diana. Was it Diana? I think it was Diana. Or maybe no, Deanna was the other girl.
You know, I don't remember Below Deck people. I don't have space in my mental DVR to remember Below Deck people. I didn't even remember Max, and he did a full-on season. I still don't really remember Max, and he's on the show right now.
Yeah. It was Danny. But like these girls who are like, you know, they walk up to a guy and be like, I'm going to get a vajazz in my vagina. And like, of course you're allowed to say that. And of course you're allowed to be proud of that. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no slut shaming coming here. It's more like clunky flirt shaming. I just feel like just don't be so transparent. Put some art into it, you know?
Yeah, artful flirting. And so she's like, yeah, you know, that's where you put diamonds on your vagina. I just have a little love heart of gems. But then later she tells us that the last boat she was on, she left with 3 STDs. And I'm wondering how that works with all the vajazzling, you know? I mean, doesn't that make it like crustier? Or are you trying to like hide stuff with the vajazzle? Like it's not an STD, it's a vajazzle, you know?
Yeah. I am very curious about that. It's an interesting detail. And then she giggled it off. But like, I think again, it's just to be like, look at me. Well, then she's like, act like she's embarrassed. She's like, oh my God. I'm like, you're the one who introduced it to the table. Like, it's fine. I mean, obviously, like if it's fine, I'm sure you got it all cleared up. Right. But like, I don't know. Like, I can't stand a clunky flirt. That's just what it comes down to.
Yeah, but they're all falling for it, you know, because he's like, it's just muff diamonds. And so the girls are laughing. And Nathan's like, wow, she's definitely trouble. She's definitely trouble. You know what I like when I have sex with somebody? I like to feel my penis being slowly chipped away, like a pencil in a pencil sharpener. That's what I imagine that her vajazzle's like.
Her vajazzle, it's like textured. It's like when you it's like when you're feeling the radio button on your steering wheel. That's a really specific comparison. I also,
or like one of those finger
can't...
torture games, you know, where it's like a basket weaving thing that you put your finger into. I mean, I know that you don't vajazzle the interiors or
really?
Whatever, but you see, that's what you get for talking about vajazzling and trying to make it this big deal, because you're making everybody wonder, like, well, what is that like? You know, especially with the STD talk in the same conversation. It's just too much.
And so I also, by the way, you know what I hate is when guys say things like, Kizzy's definitely trouble. No, you're trouble. You don't put it on her. She's a clunky flirt. You're the guy who has no self-control, although it doesn't seem like you need to have self-control because it doesn't seem like you're in a relationship. But I hate when they do that. They just put it all on the girl. I mean, that drives me nuts. Yes, she's annoying. And yes, she's basically like, you know, trying to be like, look at me, boys. But at the same time, like, bro, like,
well,
you're
doesn't
trouble.
it just
She's
mean
not
like,
trouble.
I mean, girls say that about guys too, like, uh-oh, here comes trouble. I think it just means,
I know,
like,
but what
oh,
happens?
you're sexy.
Well, what always happens is it's always guys like Nathan or Gary or whoever who, like, the big flirt is on board, and then they get their rocks off, they have sex, they have a good time, and then they want to keep the option for more good times, so they say sweet nothings, and then the girls wind up getting attached, and then all of a sudden they're like, whoa, this is too much. And suddenly this idea of like their trouble is now come to fruition, but it's largely because the guys have been fuck with them in the first place. You know, like it's usually on the guys. I guess I'm just on one this morning.
Well, I'll just wait for that to actually happen, because you know something like that always happens on Below Deck anyway. So I'm just enjoying the calm before the storm.
Yeah,
the calm before the man trouble storm. So, because he's like, I might get a vajazzle that says bravado. That's a gigantic private part you have there. Jesus.
That's a big vajazzle. It's also a bold statement to put on your hoo-ha. I feel like bravado.
Bravado, the hoo-ha, coming soon to a wiener near you.
This vagina's been places you've never seen before. Bravado.
And Nathan's like, I would do a sparkly cobra. That would be my pizzazzle. That would look like a mealworm. What are you talking about?
A
sparkly
on
cobra
top of a
on
dick.
your wiener? No. And also penises change sizes too much to be vajazzled. That's why you can't have a vajazzle. 1 minute it would be like, ow, you know, like it's crumpling all up together and it would cut you. It wouldn't feel good. You need to have it on something, I guess, more solid. You couldn't put it on your nuts either. Those things are always up and down, big, small, here, there. What are you going to do? Guys, just don't vajazzle yourself. Don't pizzazzle yourself. Just, we should do it on like the back of our elbows.
I think you should pizzazzle an image that looks like the back of a yacht. And so that way, every time you get a boner, it looks like the passerelle coming up and reaching for the dock. And they can bring like luggage across it.
Or maybe you could sew one part of your nut sack to like closer up towards the head of the penis, so that whenever it gets erect, it can look like the sails going up on sailing yacht.
How about a ballerina who is in the process of doing an arabesque? It's like, oh my God, look at that ballerina's wonderful form. It's like, no, I just have a boner.
Or you could just sew like little arms on the side, and so when it starts to get bigger, it looks like one of those car wash things that's like flinging its arms around.
Yeah, but you have to do a little bit of work. You have to do some flopping on your end as well.
That's true. Hey, sorry guys, I'm doing just what we're accusing Kizzy of, and I'm doing really sexy flirting right now. I'm doing artless flirting right now. I know how many people have pulled over their cars right now just too turned on to even drive. Sorry guys, sorry.
You know, I think the thing I'm trying to like articulate what it is about Kizzy, like this style of flirting that drives me nuts because I feel like you have to be really careful when you try to describe what's irritating about it. You open up the door for people saying like you're slut shaming. A girl's allowed to flirt, da da da, and it's like absolutely, a girl is not only allowed to, a girl should and enjoy it, yada yada yada. But there's something about like this kind of flirt where she'll like make a passing comment as if it tumbled out of her mouth as if she didn't mean to say it, and then it brings the entire conversation at the table over to her, and then she has to like laugh like, oh, this is so embarrassing, I can't believe I accidentally said that. And then everyone's asking her questions about herself, and then it's of course, but it's also like usually about her sex life. So in a way, like she's trying to kind of like it's her way of, I think, trying to present herself as like, you should like hey, check me out, which that part's fine, but it's more the way that she like commandeers all the attention of the table. And I don't like anyone who does this. I don't like anyone who is just like does some social manipulation where whatever conversations were happening all come to a halt because this girl needs like attention at this moment, or this boy. It can happen with the boy too, I want to add. So I'm trying to like work through this.
You're really getting yourself tied up over there.
Well, I like
Here,
you know me. I like to
easy.
when I start a theory. I like my theory to make sense, and I like it also to like. I don't want to have to once the theory is locked in. I don't want to have to explain it again. I don't want to have to come on next week because people are like, what Ben was saying on the show was so inappropriate and so backwards, and I have to be like, this is what I really meant because now I've thought about it for a week. This is what I really meant. I kind of like lock it in, and I think that what I'm locking in here is that Kizzy wants. Is just like obnoxious, and she just wants a lot of attention, and she wraps it up with her flirting, and she makes her flirting annoying as a result.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Yeah, okay. Well, fair. I mean,
Work in
in my
progress
eyes,
theory.
she's just an annoying attention hog. Like she's
Yeah.
just
That's
like
a much faster
desperate
way to
for
say it.
attention, and it's awkward. So she's just using the avenue of her vajazzle to get there. But you know, we all do it in different. We all have our different ways of doing it. So we hear a phone dinging, and guess who it is? It's Tommy, guys. Is Tommy still driving? I'm dying to know. So Tommy's like, are you good? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, oh my God, you guys, he's so in love. He just asked me if I'm good. He just asked me if I'm good. That's Tommy. He's my gentleman at home. And the guys are like, what? She has a gentleman at home? And Tessa's wants to know if they've said the L word. And she's like, yeah, we have. And then Josh looks very confused, even for a clown.
Yeah, he's very confused. And Nathan is like, holy shit, she has a boyfriend. That's fucking bizarre. And then Christian's like, oh, fuck, that sucks. And Mac's like, oh, she went too far away, flirting with everyone to announce that she has a boyfriend now. And then Josh, we just see him in clown makeup going, wah!
Please tell
Just
me that
crying.
guy never gets laid, because it just wouldn't be fair to see that clown getting laid. Please.
Oh, he definitely gets laid. It's so annoying. That's why he's
Please.
getting a positive feedback loop on that clown makeup, and it's very unfortunate.
So everyone, the guys are confused, but they're like, okay, I guess cheers to that. So now it's 14.5 hours before the next charter. Max and Nathan go out for a cig. And Max is like, so she have a boyfriend? And Nathan's like, lad, I don't know there. I don't even know. I still don't even understand the vajazzle.
They are acting like the star running back on their fantasy football roster just went on injured reserve. They're like, oh, wow, we really thought, like, I built my whole season around Kizzy, but now she's like not going to be playing football for the next several months. So I got to go find someone to replace this. Like, what do we do? Like, what's going to happen? I got to recruit. Do I go to the waiver wire? Like, is there anyone even available? Everyone is like a third RB3 at best. Like, what do we do, guys? Like, they're in panic because Kizzy is off the market. So they're standing out there smoking. And then inside, Tessa and Isha are
But
talking.
they're like people standing at the Golden Corral, and there's one roll left on the buffet, and they see someone take it, and they're all upset. Like, the rolls were there for everybody. It didn't make you special. You know what I mean? Like, if you all thought you had a chance, I mean, I don't know. Just keep looking.
You're fighting over the cottage cheese. So Tessa, inside, the the girls and Josh are still there, and Tess is like, well, it's a dick meeting, and I'm not part of it, which is okay, because those boys, I've watched them, and they grew up and they're little children. Look how far they've come now.
I mean, it's concerning that they're cracking so early. You know what I mean? I mean, that whole team, I don't know if I can trust this team. I don't know if I can even trust this team. It's stressing me out, boss. It's stressing me out. Do you reckon it's rectifiable? I'm just happy it's not me. It's what's going on.
So Max outside tells Christian, he's like, bro, can you punch me in the shoulder, please? Because I really want like that we succeed into males that can communicate each other. And Nathan's like, okay, well, how about you hug instead? Like, no punching, hug it out. Like, we don't need to do any punching, a good hug. So they hug. Christian hates Max. I have to say, I liked Christian more this episode because his hatred for Max is so enjoyable for me. Like the way he just cannot hide how much he can't stand this guy. Like, even though Christian is a totally inept deckhand and probably should be fired, and like his tales of aggression are not charming at all, and they're the exact opposite, I do just really enjoy how like every time Max says something, Christian's just like shaking his head, like, why did I leave anything I was doing in my life to come here to deal with this jackass?
Yeah, so we get Christian backstory, and he's like growing up, and also called the crazy eyes in the first 5 minutes, and here they are. Here they are. Here's the backstory. So he's like, growing up, I used to solve my problems with being physical. Last time I got in a fight was 2 years ago. I was in Sydney, and there were some drunk guys, being stupid and having fun. And one guy came up towards me, and he grabbed my nose, and he said, got your nose. He did that to me. So I punched him in the face, and I said, no, I got your nose. So,
First of all,
I knocked him out. He said, what the hell? You can't knock somebody out for doing the I got your nose trick. Do you know how many times I would have been knocked out? Jesus Christ. I love that
you
trick.
can't do that, and you shouldn't do that. But if you're drunk and you do the I got your nose trick to a random stranger, just know you might get your face knocked in. I'm not saying you had it coming, but just know it is on like the short list of things consequences that may happen. They are the consequences of my actions. I mean,
no,
I'm not advocating for it.
That's an international sign of like, hi, I'm just trying to be nice to you. Got your nose. That's like nice. Do you know my nieces?
I agree. I would not punch someone who did that to me. I'd be like,
Texas is a concealed carry state or whatever. My nieces could have shot me back then if that was acceptable to be hatred towards that. I was always catching their nose. I love catching noses.
I am definitely not catching anyone's nose in Texas. I will have a bullet in my head in 3 seconds. Okay. Like, no, I'm not doing it. There's just certain things you don't do. And I'm not saying like, I don't like the mentality that
I'm a nose bandit. I'm going to steal your nose.
I don't like the idea that like we have to like violent men, we have to like cater our actions to suit their needs and their impulses. Like they're the ones that should be working on themselves when we do things stupid. But that being said, we do live in a real world, and I am not grabbing the nose of any stranger anytime soon. I think, at least when I'm sober.
Well, you reserve the right to not grab a nose. I'm just saying, if someone does grab your nose, you shouldn't punch them in the face. I mean, that's
100%
that's a very nice thing. It's like, I don't know. It's like someone being
I don't think it's a nice thing.
Hi, I see you in the world. Got your nose.
You literally are stealing my body part. That's not nice at all. That's terrible. Don't steal my nose. Don't put your fingers on my nose. Don't steal it. Don't hold it for ransom. Don't pretend to steal it. Don't even do a hoax robbery. Don't do a hoax kidnapping for publicity. Get away from my nose. Stay away from my baby.
Yeah. So it was a big deal. So he got violent and he knocked this guy out. And also, I feel like in Sydney, I feel like that's like a drunk culture, right? Australia, I feel like is where guys like get really drunk and start patting each other on the butt. I don't know, and kissing each other on the neck and stealing each other's nose. I mean, it sounds like a perfectly charming place.
It does. My impression of Australia is that there's a lot of like charming laughter. And so I think probably if a drunk Australian grabbed my nose in Australia, I'd be like, all right, mate, that's funny. But I don't know if I would otherwise. I think I might give it a pass in Australia.
So he's decided, since he's already, beaten a lot of nose robbers, that he is going to accept Max's apology because he doesn't want to put his job in jeopardy by punching Max in the nose as well. So he's like, yeah, I'm just trying to keep myself calm so I don't do something stupid. Like, okay, crazy eyes, get rid of him. Get rid of him.
Yeah. They seem to be setting up that he's going to do something stupid, which he does by the end of the episode, which is get stranded on a jet ski. So,
because Kizzy is kind of a jazzle thing, like her trying to look cool. This is his trying to look cool. It's like, yeah, I beat a guy. I beat a guy for stealing my nose. Get out of here, sir. So Josh is asking Kizzy where her guy is, and she's like, oh, back in England. It's new. I came off my last bet with 3 STDs.
Which has nothing to do with her guy, by the way. She's just like, the question was, where's your guy? Back in England. And then I came off the last boat with 3 STDs. That has nothing to do with anything. But yeah, she's like, so now, of course, they're like, what? So it's a great deflection. So that way they're not talking about the guy anymore. And they're centering the fact that she loves to have sex. So she's like, really, she's like, and then she's like, oh my God, did I say that? And then they're like, what? She's like, no, it wasn't at the same time. Yeah, it was at the same time. I had 3 at the same time. Isn't that hilarious?
Josh is like, so would you say you're juggling STDs? I'm a clown. Oh, I'm a clown. Speaking of grabbing your nose, oh geez. Well, I guess that's like nosturbation if you're honking your own nose. So then,
right?
so Tessa's like, is this one of them? And she claps. And Kizzy's like, no, I didn't have the clap. And Aisha's like, is this one of them? And so she pantomimes the crap. You see, there's one clown on board, and now everybody's pantomiming. And
well, actually, the irony is the clown is the only one not miming right now. Everyone's trying to mime different, so I'm surprised someone didn't try to be like, all right, okay, sounds like pawn, gone, come on, keep going, sounds like gone, gonorrhea, there we go. A little STD charades.
So she's like, well, I don't have anything anymore. So, well, those were 3 lucky STDs. If you've had 3 STDs and they're all the ones that you don't have anymore, those are very lucky ones, because I think the normal, the most common ones you have forever, right? So that's I don't know. I don't feel like I'd be bragging about STDs at dinner, but
yeah, it's like a weird thing. I'm not gonna shame someone because they got an STD. Shit happens, right? But it's just.
But can I eat my calamari? You know what I mean? Without thinking of your private part crust, can I just enjoy my calamari? So she's ready to party, and they're like, yeah. Max is like, life is good, boy. So now they head to the club, you guys. Max still wants to dance with Kizzy. He's still into it. There's no keeping the men away from Kiz. So they just party and woo a lot. And then Max and Christian are dancing, and Christian's showing Max some salsa moves, and everybody's like, what's with the bromance with these guys? And then Josh tries with Kizzy again. He's like, is your boyfriend worried? I'm worried, clown. Back away.
Yeah.
You don't need to be following me around the club all night asking me questions about Tommy, sir, okay? Go in a corner and pinch your nose squeeze your own nose. Squeeze it off.
So Kizzy is talking to Tessa, and she's like, I'm naturally a very flirty person, but I also love connection. I love just so much. But while she's telling this to Tessa, who seems bored out of her mind. And meanwhile, because Kizzy's basically off the market, the guys are now circling around V, truly like sharks. And they're all being flirty, and Max is saying, they're saying some flirty stuff about how he's ready to bite anything. And she's like, oh my God. And Kizzy's still just going on about I just want to embrace people, and I want to hug people, and I want to have conversations and feelings for people. And I love that. It just makes me feel so nice. I love connection. Now, hold on one second. Let me go twerk upside down on Aisha. Excuse me.
Yeah. And Tessa's just looking at her like, gross.
Because basically she does it because V is getting all this attention from the guys, and Kizzy is watching, and she's getting jealous, and she's like, wait a second. So she barges in and does an upside down twerk lap dance thing.
Yeah, well, V
And
is giving Aisha a lap dance. And then now V gets up. So Kizzy is going to like upstage her lap dance. So she
Yeah, she
like
goes, "Let me
does
show
the
you a
upside
trick."
down handstand lap dance thing. And so like, whoa, yeah. And of course, Aisha immediately acts like she's eating her butt. And so everyone is like, yeah, this is gonna be a good season. And Josh is like, oh yeah, encourage that twerk. And Max is like, oh, she already like put fire on the powder. The male are about to explode.
More partying, more lap dance and everything. And Kizzy's like, I've been told I've been a naughty girl. We all knew this. Aren't I outrageous? So now they're all heading back to the boat and everything. And Christian's showing everyone a tattoo on his butt of his ex-girlfriend's Instagram handle, which I love the branding. Literal branding.
That's funny. And Aisha is finally like grossed out, you know. And so Christian's like, yeah, she's hot. You guys can follow her. They're like, okay, you're gross. So Aisha sends Scott a miss you text emoji, and he doesn't even text back, you know, like, hope you're pooping well, which I don't know if this relationship's a solid one. I'll tell you that. So they go back to the boat, it's jacuzzi time, and Kizzy's like, let's FaceTime my mans. And Christian sees her FaceTiming, so he gets on the phone and he's like, oh, she's a keeper. Yeah, she's a real keeper. Vajazzle, bro.
Yeah. So meanwhile, Max is like very disgusted by this because he's saying that she's like really thirsty and like she's in love with a guy, but like she also wants to be single and it's like really fucked up, etc. So then the way he deals with it is he decides to hypnotize Christian. So they're like drunk and Max is doing some sort of hypnosis. He's like, okay, first we're going to settle into a trance. Okay, you're breathing in and breathing out. Okay, you're going to fall asleep. You're getting very sleepy. Are you okay? Oh, good night. And then he basically is like, when you wake up, you will be good at lines. And Christian sort of like wakes up and he's like, I don't think I went to sleep in the first place. He's just looking at him with this face like, what are you trying to do right now?
So Nathan calls Gail, and it's 7 a.m. where she is, and he's really tired. She's like, you need to get some rest. And he's like, yeah, but I can't. And she's like, but you need to. And then we're supposed to be like, wow, these two belong together. So then Max and Christian, Max's hypnosis is really bad. We're still doing that. So then we go to Aisha holding noodles up above her face and lowering them into her mouth very slowly. And then we go back to Nathan and Gail's notebook conversation. He's like, I have to be up in 8 hours. And she's like, I'll let you sleep then. I can see the wrinkles under your eyes. And he's like, fuck off, that's crow's feet, you cheeky bastard.
I like that he's like, no, I don't have wrinkles from fatigue. I have wrinkles from age and weather. So Nathan's like, last season, I had an amazing girl I cared about. We had an amazing deck team and a great bond within the team. And I don't have that this year. And I think a major part of that is not having Gail around. There's like a slight hole in my heart, but I'm not trying to show that because I fucked things up. And it's just time to move on. This is so disappointing. I mean, like Gail is like, you know, she's this like very lovely, drop dead gorgeous girl, and even with that, a guy's still gonna be like, I want something better. I'm gonna fuck it up. It's just like, what hope does anyone have?
Yeah. So Nathan is giving a speech to the team. Guys, we need to have more urgency, okay? There's like drool coming down Tessa's face. She's like, okay. All right, I want people in the labs, organizing inflatables, getting everything out, and obviously time management. What time is it? Okay, well, we'll start with that one at lunch. Everybody get a watch. All right, job lists need to be done. We've seen job lists. Christian, you ever seen a job list? Christian, do not make me steal your nose, Christian. He's like, I fucking dare you. I fucking dare you.
First charter, Tessa came in late and she was sick. I came on late. I was sick, blowing chunks everywhere, diarrhea all over the teak. But going into the second charter, we all know the boat. We're all healthy, and now it's time that we actually do our job well. No more excuses.
Yeah, well,
hey, Nathan, sorry, someone took my nose. Oh, jeez. How are we going to do that? How are we going to clean the decks without a nose?
So good news, we see V making a bed, so she can do that now. And then Tessa is talking to Christian, and she says that she's getting pissed off because there's like smudging or something. I don't know. Tessa's always like walking around griping about stuff under her breath. And I don't really ever know what she's talking about, but I always am friends with that person at work who's griping a lot. I find them entertaining.
Yeah. Now it's time for the preference sheet. And wait, is that person me? 'Cause this is
No,
work.
you're a very positive person.
And I gripe. I would actually be honored. I am the griper. So Aisha, we now have our preference sheet meeting. So there's this guy Jack who was on, I guess, Below Deck Down Under. I just don't remember him very well. And so Josh asks how this guy is, and she's like, "Well, he's a little bit specific." And we see, like when he was last on the show, he's like, "I want a piñata made out of chocolate, and also, can I have a deckhand come and breathe into my ear?" So she's saying that Jack and his friends, Katarina, Eleanor, and her fiance, Sam, Taylor, Simon, and his girlfriend, Edina, and Mickey with 2Ks, have been traveling through Europe, ruining all of the continent. And upon arrival, Jack would like the stews to unpack for him and Katarina.
Okay, so day one's water toys, wave runners. Everybody remember I said wave runners, all right? Because that's going to become a big plot point, okay? You're going to get your jam down, right? We're going to get our jam down with the wave runners. Okay, listen,
Also,
I know
we're
I
gonna
may
do jam
seem like I'm in a
lessons.
really good mood today, but it's because I got a little message this morning. They called me BB a few times. That's really enough to get me going, okay?
So they want a truffle-focused menu, and Josh explains that with truffles, you have to put them with stuff that really works with them, or they can taste kind of flat. So that's something that we should know in general, I guess, because it has no bearing
Guys.
on anything else.
Do not add truffles to things that they don't go in, okay? General chef rule.
Wait a second. Are you saying I shouldn't put truffles on my Reese's Pieces peanut butter cup?
I don't know. I actually don't know what truffles go with. I thought truffles were over, but I think it's truffle oil that's
Truffle oil is over.
because on the Food Network, those chefs are always like, truffle oil, basic. You're out.
Yeah.
Did you
Gail
really just give me
Simmons.
truffle oil on my fries? You are out. This is the Guy Fieri Network, and we have class. So
Yeah. They really hate it. I seem to remember there was some Top Chef where Gail Simmons was like, truffle oil. It just tastes like truffle oil and like too much. Like, quiet, Gail. I actually still like truffle oil.
you know whose favorite I hate truffle oil face is? Alex Cornishelli. She has the best I hate you and your truffle oil face. You know when Alex Cornishelli gets upset with somebody? Well, she's always kind of upset. She's always like giving this look to people. But man, when she hates your truffle oil, you're in trouble, mister. You are in trouble. But this
You know
is
what's so
truffles.
funny? I'm such a follower because I actually really enjoy like a truffle French fry or a truffle. Like, I don't have any problem with truffle oil whatsoever. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's tasty. But someone recently came over and was like, "Wait, you guys don't have truffle oil? Okay, you guys have to get truffle oil." And I was like, "Ugh, peasant." But like, I actually really like it. I'm such a food trend follower. I was like, "Oh, really? Truffle oil? What are we, farmers?"
Night 2 is a Spanish-themed fine dining tasting menu, 6 to 8 courses, chef's choice. We all know that they love their 8-course meals. So now we get to see Josh's version, and, you know, he's very nervous. I'm already missing last season's guy putting a piece of asparagus, like one spear of asparagus on a plate and calling it a course. So I hope Josh is up to the task because that was pretty amazing.
I'm excited to see the 8 courses because I think what's going to happen is like a tiny car is going to show up at the table and like one cloche after another is going to come out and be like, how did they all fit in there?
So now preference sheet meeting's over. Cut. Sandy wants to see Nathan on the dock. Okay, look, there's some watermarks over here. Need those cleaned up. Okay. He's like, okay, I got it. I know I can trust him. It's just the first couple of days. Just the first couple of days.
Hey, Nathan, why don't you check your phone? Check your phone. You got a new voicemail, huh? It's like, oh, I certainly did. Who is this from? Hey, Nathan, this is Captain Sandy. I'm doing something they call paying it forward. Just want to say you're doing a great job. Your team's in disarray, and I'm not sure if it's going to really work out. But generally speaking, you're doing great. We love your hair. We've accepted it now. I used to think it looked like a monk from the year 1303, but now I see it. It's that circle is like a landing pad for a kiss. So
hey, Nathan. Nathan, answer your phone. Nathan, answer your phone. I want to show you something I'm learning.
Okay.
My pay it forward.
Oh,
okay?
I got another voicemail.
Oh.
What's this one say?
Hey, baby, it's me, Captain Sandy, baby. I just wanted to let you know, baby, that you're like real, you're real cute, but more in a sexy way, not just a cute way, but like a sexy, like kind of wife way. Did that make you feel better? Okay. Bloop.
Sort of did.
Yeah,
I feel like I've got a little bit of a pep in my step.
When you're happy at home, you're happy while you roam. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Just remember, you've got a supermodel that you can go home to when this is done. So you're batting over average, sir. Oh well, I actually fucked it up. What? You fucked it up with the supermodel? How'd you do that? Okay, well, doing a great job, baby. Anyway,
BB. So now let's see what else is happening here. Another deck team meeting. Nathan's like, okay, there's watermarks and we can't do that when we go overboard. So let's make sure we're scrubbing, get the hose out and do the railing, prioritize the railing. All right. God, it's so frustrating. Goddamn morons.
so now Tessa is now going to start some trouble because she's kind of now stepping into kid sister vibes, right? Because she's like, she pulls Max over. And she's like, Max, yesterday when you went to do the bow, Christian said that we weren't washing the outboards. And Max like, ugh. And we see yesterday a flashback where Tessa asked Christian, have you already done the outboards? And Christian says, I haven't done the outboards because I don't think we did the other side. I think we'll just rinse. So this was apparently very impactful. I didn't really understand the significance of this, but all I knew is that it pissed off Max.
Yeah, and I don't think that she's relaying it properly, so she's just starting trouble. So Max is like, Christian, for Max, where are you? I'm not again. He knows it's not. I'm not. And Christian is like, I'm on the bridge. So Captain Sandy's like, okay, listen, I know you want perfection, but when you're showing people how to do this, people follow you, Nathan, okay? People follow you. Look how happy everyone is. All right, call me BB. BB. Okay, I'll do whatever you want. Just tell me what you want. So
Christian, I'm so mad. Okay, I start to be really mad if you start to piss me off. Okay, and he's like, what? He's like, because you didn't do the outboard on this side. And she's like, yeah, we did. We rinsed it. He's like, oh no, yesterday you say yesterday to Tessa to not do this part, right? He was like, no. She's like, oh bro, this is dirty as shit. Because Christian rinsed it because I think he thought that's what they were supposed to do. But Tessa made it sound like Christian said, like, don't even bother with it. Like, let's cut a corner. And it sounded like he just was confused about what his instruction was. And now Max is coming at him hard. Instead of saying, hey, what did you say to Tessa? He's just listening to what Tessa said and yelling at Christian. I don't know why I'm standing up for Christian. I just think that Max is more annoying to me today.
Because Tessa started some bullshit and Max is starting some bullshit too. That's why. You see, even people
Tessa
who punch you for
nose.
stealing their nose deserve to be stuck up for sometimes.
Yeah.
So, Nathan's still getting it from Captain Sandy about, like people who watch you, they look up to you. Before you know it, you call a couple of people BB, and everyone's going to be walking around here with haircuts like monks. You'll see, you're going to be a real leader. You're going to be a real leader real leader in the supercuts field. It's going to be great. I'm going to know that you succeeded when everyone around here looks just as stupid on top of their head as you do. God, I believe in you. Get out there.
Hey, Nathan, guess what? Come in a little closer. Get a little closer.
Yeah?
Got your nose. Nose.
Geez.
And guess what?
Geez.
I got your nose, and I'm not taunting you with it. I got your nose because I'm proud of it, and I want to keep it for a little bit. So,
do you want me to kick her out for you, bro? No, man, it's okay. It's okay, Christian. Please, back off.
It was approved. She's taking good care of the nose. Just tell my nose. I love my nose, and I miss it, and I'll try to visit it every month if I can.
So Christian is still insisting that they did rinse it, and he never told Tessa that. And Max is like, but you didn't do it. And he's like, I don't really remember. He's like, oh, it's normal. You don't remember, no? That you didn't do a step of washing the outboards? Is that your job, man? Is that your job? Push the button. Push it.
Stop telling me this. Start to go to raise the volcano inside the man. Okay? Like, don't do it to me. Like, Christian's like, let it explode. But, oh, man. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, yeah, you want to insult me? You want to disrespect me? And Christian's like, Max is like Napoleon. He has like a big ego. It's like, oh, I'm the unofficial lead deckhand.
Christian wants to grab him by the neck and throw him overboard, but he's not going to because he already wasted his one chance in Australia. He's going to go to jail next time, probably. So now they're fighting, and Christian's like, "You're a fucking child." And Max is like, "Oh, yes, I'm child. You know, you can show like you are somewhat mature. You're 34. You respect people. At least say I'm sorry. Say I'm sorry, you know?" He's like, "Sorry for what?" "Sorry, we have to take your shit back and losing time because you didn't do blah, 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 rinse, blah, 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 blah."
See, I was with Tess. I don't even remember if we brushed it. It's like, who is Tess? I don't even know. I don't know where that name came from. It's just somehow like in my mind. Oh, okay. So then Nathan comes by and he's basically like, stop it, you know? So Christian goes up to Mac. He goes up this is a little bit after their fight, after Nathan says like, scram, everyone calm down and get back to work. Then Christian a little bit later goes up to Max and goes, "Hey, bro." And he goes, "Oh, don't call me bro anymore. Bro. Don't call me bro." I was like, oh, geez.
We are no longer bro. We are no bro. We are no bro.
And so Max is like, yeah, all this job is because of you. This waste of energy is because of you. And Tessa's just like, "That's terrible."
I hate to see the boys fighting, but I know they'll get it back together again because they're brothers.
That's how I raised him to be. So Nathan's like, "Oh, Jesus, why are we doing this again?" So he tells them, "Listen, one more argument before we start charter. I swear to fucking God, I'm going straight to the captain, and she's going to make you listen to the voicemail she got from her wife 10 times in a row." Let me tell you, it's not an easy chart. It's not an easy boat to chart. So Nathan's like, "Oh, God, they're making me crazy, you know?" So now it's time to get into our whites because people are coming. And someone's like, "Oh my God, I can't wait for my espresso martini." So
yeah,
these are hateable people. We already know that these are hateable people.
Terrible, stupid people. And Jack, the primary, has arrived and he's got 7 pieces of luggage, which is totally unnecessary. It's a power play, especially because he knows if he's asking them to unpack all the luggage, he is purely just one of these people who wants to, exercise power. So Aisha's like, "You're having guests like these. They're very specific with what they like. So I hope that Kizzy and V can keep up and deliver the standard, which I really need to give to them." They won't. They'll fail. Spoiler alert, by the end of the episode, Kizzy is serving this guy chili con carne. Like, it's like when he asked for like chicken. So I don't have high
such an
expectations.
asshole. I'm glad. I hope he got bad poopies from that chicken con carne. Well, he was sleeping.
I hope
anyway.
so too. This guy's a douche.
Anyway. But yeah, it's like,
"Oh, yeah, 7 pieces of luggage, darling. You'll unpack that, won't you?"
it's like, oh God, get out of here. So now it's time to go, guys. Well, the guests get some tapas. Okay. And now they have to start unpacking for this Jack guy. And then V's like, "Yeah, I feel more proactive in this charter because, I've kind of already got the idea of it. Like, we do things in the morning and then we do stuff in the afternoon, like turn ups, turn downs. Like, I've got this. I'm like a sponge absorbing information." I really enjoyed SpongeBob as a kid. In Spain it's called Bob Esponja. That was such an intrusive thought. Okay.
I am just so happy that V has internalized certain aspects of this job. Like the morning things are done in the morning, like breakfast is in the morning, lunch is at lunch, dinner's at dinner. And like you make the beds in the morning, you turn down the beds at night. Like, good for her for like really kind of like wrapping her head around these concepts. It's a tricky one. The learning curve is pretty steep, but it seems like she's kind of gotten through the hard part,
She's killing me because I don't hate her or anything. I just think she's kind of blah. But what's killing me, and I think it's really unfair to her, is that she looks exactly like Rocky to me from Below Deck. That was Below Deck Regular, right? Where Rocky was.
Yeah.
"Ironing the captain's pants, ironing the captain's pants."
That Rocky. To me, she looks just like Rocky, but she's no Rocky, It's like Rocky came back lobotomized. And that's saying something for Rocky because Rocky wasn't a brain surgeon to start.
I was about to say, this is in praise of V, right? Like lobotomized Rocky is the better version.
Well, in the personality lobe or whatever. At least Rocky was fun. She was putting cherry juice on oysters. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I mean, look, Rocky is one of the very few stews that we remember all these years later. I mean, she was on season 3 and now we've had all these different iterations And we will always remember Rocky. Rocky and Kat. Let's also not forget Kat. I guess that was back then when we only had to focus on a few people. And it was like really easy to remember who they were. But it'd be kind of fun if they brought them back. Especially Kat. Wouldn't that be great if they brought back Kat? She would hate it. She's probably like smoking cigarettes, putting her feet up, be like, okay, love, why don't you just go clean that up for me, won't you? I'm just going to sit here and have a little ciggy. All right, thank you so much.
So then we cut to Josh, who's stressing out in the kitchen. And I told you, Post-it people are crazy. He's standing in the kitchen, shaking and like beating on the table like, you can do this. You can do this. Look at your poster. Stop. The Post-its. What did his Post-its say? Like, caution. Don't do it. Didn't they say? What did they say?
Something like,
don't do it.
Detach. Detach. It's okay. Your clown makeup is actually under the bed. Don't forget.
Yeah, so he's freaking out, and Aisha sees him, and she's like, yeah, there's a nervous energy with Josh, but chefs are all like that. You know, I worry what'll happen when he fully burns out. Like, will it become like The Shining? Yes, Joshy.
She goes into a weird Jack Nicholson impersonation that was just a little bit too disturbing. God, could you imagine if The Shining was Aisha? It'd be like the most heartwarming horror movie of all time. All work and no play makes Aisha a dull girl. Do you want to go running in a maze?
Red rum. I just thought we'd do a little puzzle today, kids.
Would you like some red rum? It's delicious. Look at all
Wait
the
a minute.
ghosts.
Before I murder you, can I ask you a question? Are you Olive Oil from the Popeye movie? I love that film. You did such a good job. Now
Right,
stay still. I'm
girls?
going to chop off your head. Right.
Girls, for tonight, for service, there's going to be a formal party of ghosts in the ballroom. So please make sure I have everything ready.
V, you did a good job on the bed, but the walls are bleeding.
V, can I hate to bother you, but it seems like room 236 is not ready yet. Could you please tell the lady in the bathtub that she has to get out of there if we want a clean room?
So now we're running plates for dinner, and Josh is like, everything from this table is from Spain. And they're like, oh, wow, that's amazing. Spain, I love Spain. That's amazing. I've been to Spain. I took 9 suitcases to Spain. I think, wow, Jack, wow. Jack's like, I'm simply
Congratulations.
starving to death. Simply starving.
You know, like name dropping about going to Spain is like not that impressive when every single person at the table, working on the boat, and behind the camera is literally in Spain at that moment, okay? Stop bragging about going to Spain. They're all there. You're present there.
So they're eating some chicken, and Jack's like, oh, I love chicken. I want chicken 24 hours a day. I want chicken at 2 a.m. I just love chicken.
Yeah, he's really obsessed with it. He wants a big chicken energy. That's all he wants is chicken. See, now this is why I'm like, what I feel like they're like changing up the preference sheet meeting a little bit, because I feel like we should have been able to see the preference sheet and they should have highlighted that like Josh loves chicken, unless he didn't put it down there. But they should know that he loves chicken, right?
I mean, I don't know. What's it on there? I don't understand the new preference sheet thing, how they're doing. I don't understand what the point of the change was, because it was apparently like one of those meetings that they have before the season where they're like, guys, everybody from every below deck, get in here. We are going to make some big changes. I want to separate the preference sheet meetings. I want to have 2 preference sheet meetings across the board. Like, that's some weird decision, and I still don't understand what difference that makes.
I like having a moment where like this, like the higher ups get together and they're like having a special meeting amongst each other. I like the way that it kind of like quietly asserts the hierarchy on the TV show. And I think that when you don't have that, it's weird. I also feel like it's weird that Captain Sandy, she always goes with the deck team. I guess I know they're like handling the boat, but like she should maybe be with the surface once in a while. I don't know. But I personally think we should go back to old style of preference sheets.
Or even just have everybody sitting there if they're going to do it.
Yeah.
You know, like have a whole staff meeting where you're like, okay, this is who the people are who are coming on the boat. So everybody knows.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why
I don't know.
why not do it that way? Like either do it. It's either everyone or only the elites. But I don't want some weird half and half.
Yeah. Only landowners. Just kidding. So we see scenes of the deck crew taking stuff out for the guests, getting all that stuff, and unpacking stuff, blah, blah, getting the e-foils out, okay? There's a lady getting in the water without a life jacket. That's a problem. There's a guy getting on a paddleboard, never done a paddleboard. That's a problem, okay?
And
that's a problem.
Getting on a thing that has a remote control that you need to use to operate the thing. And Christian's like, have you ever used one of these before? He's like, no. He goes, oh, well, you'll get it. Good luck. Now go off into the ocean.
So then the guy gets on the board and he just starts floating around because he can't work the thing. So now he's floated away from the boat, and Sandy's watching it, and she's like, wait a minute. Well, wait, what are these floating pad things that Tessa's trying to do? That's not working. They're trying to... Nothing's working. Like
Nothing.
No one knows what's going on, basically. And someone's like, one of the guests is floating away, Sandy. She's like, oh
Wait
God,
a
please say it's
second.
not the chicken lover. Please say it's not the chicken lover.
Wait a second. Listen, what I need this deck team to think of, they need to think of all those guests as voicemails and don't let one get away. Okay, go save that voicemail right now and play it for the rest of us. So they have to go. Nathan, I think, has to go out on the boat and save the guy. And the guy's like, well, I didn't know how to do it. So he's like, oh, this is a fucking shit show and a huff. And
Tessa sees it, but she's like, I don't know if I'm supposed to get on the radio and announce that there's a guest floating. I'm not in charge here.
Tessa and
Whatever.
Christian
She
are both
throws
just
up
standing
her
there.
hands, like, whatever.
Yeah, they're both watching it. And Captain Sandy's watching them, watching the guy. And she's like, what the hell's going on? Come on, hurry up.
Yeah. So then she's like, these people don't know what they're doing. We have to have eyes on the guests at all times. This is embarrassing. And Nathan's like, oh God, what a fucking shit show. So then they get back to the boat and Nathan goes up to Tess and he's like, did you give the guy instructions? And she's like, no, I didn't. You're just supposed to go on the thing, aren't you? And he's like, but I did tell you to do that. And she goes, yeah, you told me. Because, yeah, so could you do that in the future? She's like, I feel like I'm in school and I'm getting in trouble for not doing something, but why am I getting the blame for it? This is a collective problem. No, he told you to do something and you didn't do it. That's why you're getting in trouble for it, you dumb.
Another below deck thing, which who knows, maybe it's a generational, maybe it's a cultural thing that's happened these days. Because I'm hearing that this kind of thing happens in all sorts of workplaces where she messes up and now she's like, yeah, but it's a collective thing. Like we were taught right. Like I'm not motivated to do this. So she's basically saying, it's probably easy for Nathan to put the blame on all of us, but there's just nothing's been put in place. And then we see him being like, this is what you do. This is what you say. Here's how you put a hose on. Here's how you pull out a line. He's giving them specific instruction. And she's like, hey, he's just so oblivious to the big picture. He would never fit in with the McVeys.
Leadership comes from starts at the top, okay? You can't have a moving body without a head. That would be silly. Yeah, she's one of those people that's like, well, maybe I didn't do the work, but you didn't motivate me to do it. Oh, okay. So Captain Sandy's like, oh my God, never leave those two alone. Jesus, what fucking idiots. Remember that positive attitude that I've had for about 3 hours? It's gone. It's out the window. Okay. They're dum-dums. Please don't ever leave them alone. They're going to sink the boat. For fuck's sake, Nathan. He's like, I'm sorry.
Bloop.
Hey, baby, just leaving a voicemail because I just got a sense that you were unhappy when you took a picture of your capri pants being a little wet down there by the ankle. I knew you would not be happy, so just want to motivate you and say you're the sexiest thing I've ever seen, baby. Bye.
Okay, I feel better now.
I feel better.
Get better. You know what? I'm just going to hire some more talentless people to take these slots, Nathan. You can handle it. You can handle it, I'm sure. So now Christian and Tess are on the back of the boat, and Tess is like, what's happening? Is this thing attached? And he's like, yeah, it's attached. So they're talking about a wave runner. So is this attached? Yeah, it's attached. And Nathan's watching. He's like, what a shit show. Jesus Christ. Something needs to change. It needs to change fast. Pull your finger out of your ass and get on with it. We're looking like fucking amateurs. So one person in here sorting this, other on the swing platforms at all times. Come on, people. And
So-
he says he wants to have his teams back, but they're all stupid, so it's getting harder.
They're all stupid. Excuse me, pretentious clown chef here would like to say something. Tonight, the guests requested a truffle-forward menu, and truffles are a luxury ingredient, but when you actually think about the truffle, it is of the street. It's from the ground. It's from the dirt. Same as the blues, you know. Shit, I'm fucked, aren't I? I've done too many psychedelics. When I look at a truffle, I say, this is B.B. King in mushroom form. I think of hard times. I think of harmonicas. I think of, yeah. That's how it goes, baby. Because actually, psychedelics, they help in terms of creativity. Cooking, that is, with them. Because when you take mushrooms, you've raised your consciousness. You've raised your frequency. And you're now seeing everything that's actually there. Like tons and tons of colors, a rainbow of colors. Those are just your Post-its that you put on the kitchen cabinet. Oh, yes. Yes, that's what those are.
You see all this energy around you, you know, mate. You know, it's trippy shit. Like, I'm starting to sound like a real hippie right now. I'm trying really hard to. I hope I am. You getting all this? Right. You might be a drug addict. So then,
Yeah, the
Sandy
whole
comes in.
truffles speak of the blues.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
That is no, they don't. The blues is kind of like the blues to me speaks of like music of the people, and truffles are like the rarefied ingredient of the elites. So I don't really like. I like him trying to make that bridge, maybe to justify his own participation in sort of like a social strata that involves very wealthy people going on yachts. But no, I'm going to say this one. Truffles do not speak of the blues.
Well, the whole thing is stupid. I mean, truffles are a luxury ingredient, but they come from the ground. That's where all food comes from. I mean,
Yeah,
even the
there's that
animal.
too.
I mean, even the meat, you know, or dead things. I mean, really, it's where else would it come from? Weirdo. So Sandy comes in to check on Josh, and you know, thankfully doesn't hear any of this stuff. But she's like, "Wow, Post-its. Oh, I like that one that says vote. That's important. That's important. You should spread that around. Vote."
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it's great.
I've got a Post-it. I've got a Post-it right here on the front of my shirt. Read it. BB? Yeah. That's it. Thank you. I feel better now. You're doing great. I think you're going to be great. You know what I think about you? Everything you do is great. You're just a fantastic person. We're not going to have any problems with you. I can sense it. I can sense
It's
it.
gonna be
Doing
perfect.
great.
So then Kizzy has something to tell us. When I was young, I always knew I was going to be a star. By the way, this is because she set up the table and she's really proud of it. So this, because of her tablescape, she feels compelled to tell us that she always knew she was going to be a star. I danced from the age of 3 up until I was 18, and then I did it professionally. So I'm used to being praised, and I still want to be noticed for the work I'm putting in. Like, could you please stop doing a box step on top of the table and get to cleaning the bedrooms?
Also, it's like episode 3. You're not a star yet. Calm down. And
You're not a
so Aisha, right after her star monologue, Aisha goes, "Wow, you guys are doing so great. It's like I've got 2 superstars working for me." And she's like, "Oh, God. Well, if anyone can be a superstar, then I don't want to be a superstar."
I know she doesn't want it anymore. I'm not sure if I believe that based on the fact that just like you setting a table has made you feel like, yep, I have finally achieved the levels of stardom I always knew I could achieve. I put the fork next to the knife and I basically am an icon.
Yeah. So now people are getting ready for dinner. We get the Wave Runner back, and nothing's broken. And Nathan sends Tessa down. Blah, blah, blah. Jobless. Okay, now it's time to run some food. And everyone leaves, and Max just grabs a whole truffle and eats it. Starts eating the truffles.
Could
and
you
then-
imagine my face? Do you know me, Ronnie? I hope that when you watch the scene, you thought Ben's going to be so mad, because I was furious watching this. I hate it in general when the staff eats the food when the dinner service is still happening, because they like often need that food. And like, how many times do they need that extra piece of cake? We remember there was that one season where someone wanted a second piece of cake, and the staff went and like ate the rest of a cake after it was served. And I was like horrified and furious. And here Max just helps himself to this massively expensive ingredient. He just starts eating it. And then they come down to find more of it because the chef forgot to add truffle. Somehow he forgot to add truffle to a plate. And then there's no truffle left. And then Max doesn't even like fess up to it. I mean, I understand why, but like he doesn't. I was so mad. Fuck this guy forever.
Yeah. So Josh is like, yeah, it's fucking frustrating. Something so simple gets missed. I mean, oh, come on, Josh, get it together. But now there's no more truffle. Don, don, don. But there is. Just some more. He found some more. It all worked out.
Found some more,
Thankfully,
but-
it wasn't like a prepared truffle because after all of it, it was like a dried truffle he threw on top of the risotto or whatever. So it worked out okay.
But Max literally just ate like probably a few $100s worth of truffle. And I just think and the fact that he's like not going to get in trouble and that this chef is going to be like, losing his mind. Like I could have sworn there was truffle here. I think it's so fucked up. It made me so angry.
Yeah. It's fucking Max.
Yeah.
That's Max for you. You just got
God, I hate when
Maxed,
people abuse the
buddy.
blues. It's like, gosh, it's like when people don't even acknowledge the great work of Dr. John in New Orleans. Like,
Well,
right?
at least
Truffles and
Josh
the
really
blues.
understands, starting to understand the blues now that his truffle has been stolen.
Max is suddenly walking around going,
and now it's gone. Truffle, where'd you
bonjour,
go?
bonjour, bon, 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 bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. So exciting times. I was obviously very mad by that scene. But everything's okay. Everyone loves dinner. And now Tommy's texting Kizzy. And he's like, I'd love to hear your voice and see your face today, please. XO. And she's like, wish you were here. So now they're cleaning up. This guy Jack just wants bump after bump after bump of caviar and maybe other bumps of things. But then Kizzy is
He's so
Max
obnoxious,
is
This guy, give me a bump of caviar. That's when you put it here like a bump, and then you do that, and you do a shot of vodka. Yeah, give me another one. I simply love a shot of caviar.
So
I wonder if we're
obnoxious.
close
Throw
to
him overboard.
Ibiza. Can we go to Ibiza? We're close to Ibiza.
like, okay, whatever.
And I like that his
So-
friends all low-key hate him because he's like trying to dance around and he's wasted. His friends aren't. So he's like, I want to party. No, he wants to party. Why do he want to party? I gotta be so my clothes. You're going to bed. It's like, we hate you. We've been on vacation with you for 6 weeks. We all just want you dead.
Yeah. Nathan goes up to Christian before going to bed and is like, here is your job list. Make sure you do it this time. See, there's 3 jobs on there. So what you do is you do the first job and then you cross it off. And you do the second job and you cross it off. And you do the third job and cross off. And that way you know you've done all 3 jobs. 3 jobs. Can you do the jobs? Christian's like, got it. No big
Yeah.
deal.
And Christian's
course he
muttering to
doesn't.
himself, just chill. It's no big deal. Don't hit him. Don't hit him. No matter how badly you want to. So now it's bedtime, and Jack is in his room, and Kizzy checks on him and asks if he wants water. And he's like, no, you know what I want? I want Xanax and a Szechuan chicken. And she's like, well, I could do crisps. He's like, no, I want a Szechuan chicken. That's what I want. Xanax and Szechuan chicken.
And she's like, is there any alternative? Like maybe, I don't know, crisps? Really got some good crisps going on. It's like,
No,
no.
all I can think of chicken. All I can think about is just chicken. Give me some chicken, darling, won't you?
It's like, okay, well, this guy's paying a lot of money to be here, and so I do need to make sure he's happy. Maybe I can show my vajazzling, but I don't even know what Sichuan chicken is. So they go to the kitchen, and she and Christian are trying to figure it out. They're trying to Google it, and they literally have not even heard of the concept of anything Sichuan. And he's like, how do you spell it? She's like, I'm thinking SESHWANTRQERL pi, like the number Z. It's like,
BAJAZZLE. Got one right here. I've got a chicken Szechuan vajazzled on my vagina. So,
All right,
but I
got
don't know
it.
how to spell it.
well, I need soy sauce, salt, pepper, powder, flour, a camera, and Andy Cohen. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, I also don't want, should we use the chef stuff? And then Nathan finally intervenes and he's like, don't do this. You're going to give them food poisoning. Don't do this. They're holding up like a bag of raw chicken. Like, huh?
Yeah, like, how do you cook it? Let's look on the internet how to cook chicken. He's like, yeah, you guys can't do that, okay? You're going to give him food poisoning. You have to be licensed to cook. do the job list. So she's like, all right, well, we've got chili from lunch. I'll just give him some of that. So she heats up some con carne or whatever, chili con carne. And
from the staff refrigerator, she just cobbles together some chili con carne.
yeah. And then after all this, of course, that guy is just sleeping anyway.
Of course. So now it's the morning. People are waking up. Josh is waking up. He went to sleep at like 1:30 and had to be up and ready by 5. So, it's going to be a long day for him. And Nathan goes to the bridge to basically complain without complaining. She's like, hey, how you doing? You want to hear this voicemail I just got from Leah? Okay, here it goes.
Mimi, I hope you have an amazing morning. Like, you're so sexy, and like, I love you in the morning the most of all. So, like, have a great day, baby.
So now the guests are waking up, and Captain Sandy talks to Nathan again. She's like, you know what? You're tough. Your job is tough, but you're also tough because you got to deal with lots of personalities here. Motivation. That's what I need from you. All right, BB? All right, BB? Okay. Because it has rewards. For example, you work hard. At the end of the day, you get called BB. So let's try it. He's like, okay, yeah, definitely some rewards coming. So now Kizzy and Tessa are at breakfast, and Kizzy's like, would you like a cup of tea? She's like, oh, no, thank you. That is so English of you. Tea. That's hilarious.
And Kizzy's like, well, but like where are you from? Australia? The prison colony? She's like, yeah, I am, but I didn't live there much because I went to school in Bali and then I moved to Canada. Sounds like it might be time for some backstory for Tessa. Hey, I went to an international school with my little brother for like my high school, and growing up there was definitely weird, but being around those McBays sure made it a fun time. Like, you're clubbing when you're like 12 years old, and then when you're 13, you're driving a combine. Like, I got all my tattoos when I was 15. There's no rules whatsoever. Tattoos when I was 15, and strange 67-year-old hair when I was 17. Here I am, Tessa.
So she's like, was it like real school? She goes, yeah, it was real school. What kind of school do you think it was? Cow school? Not that there's not a thing as cow school. Cows do go to school, you know that.
So what was the name of your school?
One thing I learned at the
cow
McBee
school?
Farm of Farming.
McBee Farm of Farming. I learned everything there. Dribble doors, diamonds, corn, soybeans.
So she says she was a real troublemaker as a kid. And then we see her in a bikini on a four-wheeler to prove her point. We're like, yeah, that's a bad kid right there. So now Jack wakes up and he's like, I'm hungry. I'd like some chicken. Is that too much to ask for? The chicken. Can I have a bump of chicken, please?
Everyone is V and Kizzy are doing the cabins. The deck team starts to lower a jet ski, and Nathan's trying to sort of coach them through it and everything. And what's his face? Christian's like on the jet ski, and he's like out of it. There's a hook that's just dangling, and it just like bonks him in the face. He's like, oh, I'm surprised he didn't punch the hook. The hook's like, got your nose.
He tried to grab the hook's nose. You see? That's what you get. It's karma. It is fucking karma. So then there's a lady who's like, I want an espresso martini, but with tequila espresso. So now we see Christian sitting on a jet ski and the engine's sputtering and he's just staring at it like, huh.
I thought something was wrong with him. I was like, oh my God.
There was one point I thought he fainted, or there was, something was definitely wrong. Like he went into a catatonic state or something, and he's just sitting there and he's staring at it. You don't even see him like jiggling with controls or, like looking around, like turning the key, or you don't really see him.
He's just
really
staring.
trying to do anything. He's just sitting there kind of staring off into space.
He's like, I think he's actually had this moment where he thought, wait a second, did that guy actually get my nose? Because if he did, I don't know if I ever got it back. Do I have a nose? Am I noseless?
So Tessa doesn't know where the rope is for the swim platform, so she's just standing there being incompetent in her own way. And now,
as usual,
one of the guests noticed that Christian has now floated away. They're like, what happened to that guy? And Sandy's like, what the heck? There's a guy just floating away. What the heck is going on over here? Jeez. So now they keep cutting to Christian. I still don't know what's wrong with Christian. It seems like something's wrong with him. So Captain's like, we've got a deckhand floating away on a jet ski. What are you going to do about that, Nathan? What are you going to do? He's like, fuck me twice.
Yeah. And so that's where the episode ends. Christian floating away into the horizon and Nathan having to go save him. And what's going to happen? Are there changes going to be made? We will soon find out. But until then.
Well, we see Aisha crying in the trailer. So do you think that they bring Aisha back? They fire somebody?
You mean Gail?
Not Aisha. What's her buns? What'd you say?
Gail.
Gail.
Of course they're going to bring Gail back because Nathan already said, like, I think the thing that's wrong, the thing that doesn't feel right is that Gail is not here. So it's like, obviously they'll bring Gail in, but not before Nathan hooks up with one of the girls. So that way Gail can be upset at him and yada, yada.
Well, there you go, everybody. It's the end of another McBee Below Deck McBee Dynasty. Thanks for being here. We will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.